it's Wednesday. I've got the whole day to myself. Neil's he's working this morning as he normally does, and then he's got a collection this evening, so he won't be back until he comes home quickly for lunch for about an hour in the middle of the day, and then he's got to go back again to collect the post, emptying the post boxes, and so he'll be back about 6:15. So I've got a big long day ahead of me. I've been up since about 5:30 or something. I'm back from the supermarket. What time is it now? It's only 8:45 now, and I'm back from the supermarket. I bought a lovely big French stick for my lunch, and I bought a few bits and pieces because I'm going to try and make a coffee cake, but I'm going to make a bit of a healthier one. So I've got a vegan, I'm not vegan, but I've got a vegan recipe because it hasn't got any animal fats in it. So, and I'll see how that turns out. I've bought all the things, so I hope it's not rubbish because it costs quite a lot, doesn't it, to buy all the ingredients. I've even got oat milk. So yeah, I'm going to see how that goes later. I've got a big line of crafts that I want to make. Last night I was cutting out some patterns and I don't know which way it's going to go. A bit of me thinking I should make some little bags for my Etsy shop. A little bit thinking I want to make something from Coolcrafting. I've got an outfit for one of my Coolcrafting animals that I've finished and I'll share with you on my next podcast. So I've chosen the fabric for that. So I've kind of started a few things. I've got my clothes to make. So I'm not very good at decisions. I find it difficult to just focus on one thing. I'm sure there's a word for it, but I've got a brain where it's got lots open at the same time, lots of ideas, and sometimes I just can't I end up not doing anything sometimes. I'll just end up scrolling through my phone or wasting my time. Reading's not wasting my time, but then I won't do anything crafty because I'm thinking about it too much. Yeah, so I don't know how it's going to go. I will let you know. I've still got my coat on. Quick. So I'm going to take my coat off, make myself some proper breakfast because I just had a really super quick one oat cake before I left to go to the supermarket. I wasn't hungry, but I didn't want to not have anything. So I'm going to have some porridge now, I think, and then try and focus on what I'm going to do. Maybe start the cake. I don't know. I can't even focus on whether I'm going to do the cake first or the crafting first. So just got to try not to get, because I'm recording and you're going to be watching me. That will help me to focus, I think. So please, could you all help me focus on just one recipe to bake, one crafting item to make. We'll see how it goes as the day goes on. I'll catch up with you again soon. I've made a decision. I'm going to make, using this fabric, which matches a top that I've made for myself, and I'm going to make the Dutch bunny. I'm going to start making the Dutch bunny outfit for the lunar lapping Dutch bunny, which I've finished, and I'll show you in my next podcast. So yeah, I'm going to make a start on that. Not promising I'm going to finish it right now, not putting any pressure on myself, just go with the flow today. And I've got my Glastonbury incense, so every time I get these out, it's going to keep me in a calm Glastonbury kind of space, I hope. And it does smell lovely. Who knows what a green man would smell like, but these smell really nice. In other news, does anybody know what's happening to my little money plant? The leaves are going black and they're falling off. It's only lived with me about a month. They're just dropping off. Do they drop off? Is that a normal thing? Or is it on its way out? One just fell off then. It's a lovely plant. I feel quite sad. I don't know if my house is too cold. They're literally just falling off in my hands. Look. That's falling off, it's not even black. Is it too wet? Soil is a bit wet. I don't know. I feel like crying. Anyone can help me with my little plant, please do. It's this. No hats on here today. They're in the cupboard. Good boy Neil. In case he's watching again. I'm back. I finished sewing the little dress and it's really, really cute, and I'm going to show you in a moment, but it's just to let you know that it's from this book, which I purchased from the Coolcrafting website. To be honest, I don't know if they're still available. I don't think they had hundreds of them. I think they just had a small amount of them. It's celebrating 10 years of lunar lapping, and I've made a small Dutch bunny, and I will show her to you in my next stitching podcast, which will be in about a week's time. But I am going to show you the dress because I want to show someone. So I can't wait. Can't wait a week. So there it is. It was really fiddly to make. As always, the pattern was written really well explained with pictures. But it was fiddly because it's smaller than the normal lunar lap-ins. The little ties here, you just fold them in 3 and zigzag, but they're so small. I'll show you how tiny they are, just a little strip like that. So it's hard to get all the cotton trimmed and looking perfectly neat, but I don't think the little rabbit will mind. And hello, Holly. Hello, say hello to the viewers. And Holly's my cat, in case you don't know. What other noises, what sort of animal does Lily have in her house? And yeah, so that's finished. And I'm glad I've ticked that off the list now, because I think because I've ordered the Lunar Lapping Christmas Surprise, which comes out in December, I kind of want to get on my way with making some of the Lunar Lapping things that I've got hanging around, I've started. So that's kind of pushed me into doing that. So that's finished. And I've also got Bramble Bear, and I've cut out the pattern. Oh, that's all I've done. I've cut out the pattern. I actually did that last night, but I haven't cut out the fabric or anything. She's made from he or she, I don't know which it will be when I make her. It depends what clothes I decide to put her in. Is made from boucle, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit stretchy, and I presume it's a bit more machine stitched rather than hand stitched, whereas a lot of the other Lunar Lapping felt toys are hand stitched. Yes, so I'm just waiting for Neil to come home, and then we're going to have some lunch. We've got the French stick I bought this morning, and we're either going to have it with soup or maybe some tuna and salad inside, something like that. Yes, and in the meantime, I'm going to tidy up my sewing stuff, which is everywhere. Banana coffee loaf has set, which I'm really pleased about. It's the first time I've made it, and it looks so nice. And I've got to rest it now for 10 minutes, but I really want to just try a little bit now. So there may be a bit peeled away from one of the corners, but I'll try and be good. Hello. It's 4 o'clock now, and I've had a really nice day off. My cake turned out lovely. It set beautifully. I put some foil on top. But if I cook a loaf cake or a big cake, to stop the top kind of burning before the middle's cooked, I always put a little bit of foil lightly over the top. So I did that and took it off and cooked it for an extra 10 minutes with the foil off. And that set really nicely. And I did take a little bit, I tried a little bit from the corner, and it's really tasty. So I was going to put a lot of walnuts in, but because I hadn't cooked that cake before, and I wasn't sure if it was going to come out okay, so I didn't, but I wish I had now. But I'll make it again and put walnuts in another time. I've also made a big batch of vegetarian bolognese, which I make, and then I just freeze, but about 4 lots of it in the freezer, which is a really quick meal for me. If Neil's not here after when I've finished work and he's not here, he's not having tea with me, I could just have it by myself. So that's all that done. So I feel, and I've finished the Dutch rabbit's dress this morning, which I showed you, so I'm feeling like quite accomplished, and I don't even mind going back to work tomorrow because I've had such a nice day today. It's been a nice makey day, and I think making this vlog has helped because I am not procrastinating. I'm thinking, well, I'll do this, and it's made my mind a bit more focused on what I'm doing, which is good, isn't it? And before I go, I just want to show you, I got a parcel from a lovely viewer called Leslie, and I'm going to show it all to you properly and take it all out of the packaging. It's not packaging, but it's been tied up beautifully. I'm going to have I haven't properly looked myself yet, but I'm going to just show it to you, and then I'll show you it in more detail in my next podcast. But because it's arrived and it looks so nice, all wrapped up, and I don't want it all to fall out. There's a little card in it as well, which is a Woman's Weekly card. Isn't that lovely? I love that. So that was in the front like that. So it is some tweed fabric. There's 3 different sorts of tweed. And this, I know already, this is my favourite. It's absolutely gorgeous, and there's quite a lot of it as well. And on the back, there is a beautiful linen embroidery, which is just absolutely gorgeous. Just a bit of fluff on there. Isn't that pretty? I just can't stop. Those colours are just so beautiful together. They're just really, really, really lovely. And then at the front, there's lots of exciting things, which this is silly, but it's just so nice. I don't want to spoil it and look at it all because I know it's going to be lovely. But I do know there's some embroidery transfers. There's a little needlework book, which looks like it might have some kind of patterns in. And there's a lot of transfers, and then there's a little piece of something else, which might be another pattern. And already I'm thinking, because I think Leslie got these from an auction, if I'm right, and I'm thinking, I wonder who had this before Leslie had it and before I had it, and where, you know, the history. I just find it interesting when you see things like this, like who had these patterns, who cut these patterns out of the magazines, and just find it really, really interesting. I will check, see if the magazine in here's got a date on. No, it's 8pence, number 18. No, well, I'm going to save it. I'm going to have a proper look, not in a vlog, because I know all my viewers don't watch the vlogs, so I don't want anyone to miss out seeing it, because I think lots of you will be interested to see that. So it's lovely. So thank you. I have thanked Leslie, but I'm thanking you again, Leslie, if you're watching this. So that made my day, that did. And do you know what? I'm going to have a nice long bath now. You don't want to see me in the bath, I know, but I'm going to have a relaxing bath. I've got really dry skin at the moment, so I love hot, but I love hot baths, but they're the worst thing for dry skin, aren't they? So I have to just put loads of oil, pour loads of oil in the bath, and maybe some aromatherapy oil and some candles. And I'm going to read my book, which I'm on the 3rd book of the series, Deanne Black, and she has written an embroidery pattern book, and she also writes, I mean, they're not the most thrilling books, but they're just really nice. I don't normally read books that are, as I think I've said before, I normally read thrillers and quite page-turning, exciting, or domestic thrillers. And for some reason, I saw this one just popped up and on my Kindle, and I really like the picture on the front. And now I'm book 3 now. Actually, I've got I can see it, my Kindle's logged into my tablet, so I will check and see what the book is called, which one I'm on now. Embroidery Cottage is called. And they're lovely. They're just, I think, they're little romances, really. So there's not much to them, but they just have a nice feel. And I think, they've made me feel quite nice reading them. I thought, I really enjoyed. And I do want to know what happens. They're a bit predictable, but they're not. So yeah, I wouldn't pick one up if you want to do a page turner, but they've just got a nice feel to them. And I'm on the 3rd one, so they're easy reading, take you to a nice, warm, happy place, I would say. A bit like Glastonbury. Give you that nice, calm feeling. We're doing me anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Relax in an oily bath with candles and Deanne Black. But I won't be recording it. I've got Bramble. I haven't got any further with that. All my clothes making. But that's okay, I've done quite a lot today, haven't I? I'm sure you'll agree. You can't make 10 things in one day, can you? No. So yes, I am going to go now, and I will see you again. I don't think I'm going to record any more today, so I'll say goodbye till later on. I don't know if I'll be recording another vlog, will I? Maybe, yes, I will. I'm sure I will by the end of October, because it's only the October the 23rd, so I've got 7 days. So, and these are quite nice, because although I have stitched today, with my podcasts, they are mainly what I've made kind of thing. So I feel like I can't possibly do one of those if I haven't made anything, but these I can just chat along if I haven't made anything. So, although I have made something. So you all know what I mean. You know what I'm like, don't you? Anyway, I hope you're all well. Enjoy the autumnal weather and the lovely bright coloured leaves outside. And that's a bit random. Enjoy the leaves, and I will see you again soon. Bye.